Welcome back to Nerdrotic. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and we've got to talk about Star Trek Discovery real quick. Some subscriber numbers have come out, and I put that in air quotes, and apologies in advance. This has to be a very short live stream. Kind of look at this as a recorded video. I am currently recording another video, and I can't record two at once. So I'm going to make it a quick, easy live stream. I will get to you in the chat in just a second, but this is a quick response to CBS All Access sending Deadline some information that will probably, no doubt, to be flung at me and others on Twitter. And instead of just tweeting a response, what the hell, I just thought I'd make a video. So I will share this with you. This came out about 5 hours ago, but I just noticed it. So we have been reporting here that we need specific numbers from CBS All Access. You know, I doubt this show is a success based on what my sources have told me, because we haven't heard any specific numbers. So it looks like CBS All Access might be watching some of our videos. Maybe. I'm just assuming. And this is also, people have been asking this on Twitter. It's not just us. Star Trek Discovery and AFC Championship bring record subscribers, says CBS All Access. Now, there's just in that alone, you can see the BS from, the CBS is really putting the BS into the CBS, if you know what I'm saying. So CBS All Access says the weekend combo of the season 2 of Star Trek Discovery premiere and Sunday's AFC Championship game pushed new subscriber signups and unique viewers to record levels. According to CBS Interactive, CBS All Access added more subscribers in a single weekend than ever before, breaking the previous record set during the 2017 series premiere, which was on a Sunday, of Star Trek Discovery by 72%. In addition, this weekend, yes, I'm emphasizing the word weekend, I will get to that, also set a new record for unique viewers on CBS All Access. Key wording here. This is major spin, folks. Major spin. Star Trek Discovery Season 2 premiered on a Thursday. It premiered on a Thursday. Last time I checked, while Thursday to many is called a mini Friday, it is not the weekend. It is dead center in the week. There was also a record AFC Championship game as far as live viewing goes, and it was a damn good game, I heard, between the Pats and the Chiefs. And we don't talk about sports ball here, but it's very important and related to this. They are lumping in AFC Championship subscriber numbers to Star Trek Discovery and trying to push it off on you like it actually increased Star Trek Discovery. Here is the most important sentence in this article. Specific numbers were not released. Specific numbers were not released. The return of the biggest original series hit, Star Trek Discovery, and this weekend's AFC Championship game have propelled CBS All Access to new record-breaking heights, says Mark DeBivos, President and Chief Operating Officer of CBS Interactive. I'm sure he's a very impartial source. The AFC Championship game marked the most streamed football game on CBS All Access to date, surpassing last year's game by, excuse me, look at these very specific percentages: 158% in streams, 139% in time spent, and 103% in average minute audience on CBS All Access platforms. Okay, so as a YouTuber, I look at my analytics quite a bit. Okay, it's very important that you do that, because just clicks are not enough. What YouTube considers more important than clicks is minutes watched. What are your average minutes watched? That plays heavily into how you are recommended on YouTube. And that is something we can now get from these streaming services. Unlike Nielsen, we can't really tell how long people have watched. Now we can, but none of these companies really come out with any specific numbers, because it's really not in their best interest unless they're outstanding. Now, Netflix has done this in the past, but like I've said before, you can't take anything a big company or your government says at face value. especially when they don't give specific numbers. This is a direct response to many YouTubers, many people on Twitter and Reddit and everywhere else asking for specific numbers. If this is such a damn hit, show us the numbers. It would do nothing but help you. It would help your shareholders. It would help CBS. So I have two insiders. One I contact through DMs, and the other I contact personally, well, over the phone. Over the phone. The one over the phone doesn't tell me a whole lot. He actually cut me off at some point, and currently I am being a little ghosted, but I have a call in. I haven't heard back. He is spoke about some frustration about me talking about it on YouTube. And I said, then why are you telling me this stuff? Because I'm going to talk about it on YouTube. I'm not going to apologize for that. So yes, this is complete bull. So if the Dreckies want to come and throw stuff on Twitter, again, I will just ghost you. I don't have time for little Twitter arguments, especially over BS like this. The only number, I'll pull this back up again, the only number they associated with Star Trek Discovery was a 72% increase based on what? And it was over the weekend, which it did not premiere over the weekend. It's 72% up. They could have said they could be using, like, it might be up 72% on a certain hour or in minutes watched. It didn't associate any minutes watched. It didn't associate any time spent percentages. They just said 72%. So, and no specific numbers were given at all. All right, to back up my sources, I need to show you another article that really states. Now, on my on Friday night live stream, if you dig into there, we go over an article which basically tempers the expectations for everybody with all of these new shows being announced. There's a key sentence in this article that will describe what's going on. Star Trek's Georgiou spinoff with Michelle Yeoh might not air until Discovery has ended. What we have reported from what our sources say, and I'm not the only one reporting this, by the way, it is they're not going to do anything until after Star Trek Discovery airs to see how successful it actually is after this season is over. All right. So Michelle Yeoh's Star Trek spinoff series may not launch for a while yet. An offshoot show centered on Yeoh's character, Philippa Georgiou, was previously announced, but CBS All Access exec Julie McNamara revealed that there are no plans of rushing it out. The series is in development with no date, and McNamara told The Wrap that it could not be until Star Trek Discovery finishes before Yeoh's spinoff airs. My prediction, it doesn't go into production until that happens, and I don't think it happens at all. They recap some information here, but there is a very key paragraph right here. Whoops, there we go. Some of these can be considered as replacements as opposed to additions. These Trek shows take a lot of incubation because they are very prep heavy, visual effects heavy. We're seeing more as we're getting a good jump on making sure that it is a good, fulsome stream of Trek material. So, and you could go check out the article. Again, I do not link articles. It is Digital Spy. Just you can Google Section 31 Michelle Yeoh series, and the other one is Deadline, and you can Google AFC Championship and Star Trek and find the article and go read it. That was basically a press release, and Deadline. You know, I know Deadline and Variety do this, but don't act like it's kind of funny. I'm surprised that didn't go on comicbook.com. But I think they wanted to legitimize it by handing it to Deadline, and Deadline just acted as public relations for CBS All Access. So that's a little disappointing, but not surprising. And honestly, this only helps us YouTubers. Yes, Spin Doctors. That's total spin, and it's like the weakest spin I've ever seen. Yeah, it's incredible, Mako. So I'll read a couple chats here. I do have to pick up Nerdrotic Jr. from school. Susan Layton, where in the hell are they getting these stats? They are getting them directly, Susan. By the way, that's our wonderful and talented co-host for Friday Night Tights and other things here on the Nerdrotic channel. Susan Layton, everybody give it up for Susan Layton. 1428elm.com. Please check out her website. She is editor and writer there. Yeah, no specific numbers. Why is Deadline printing this? I mean, I hate to use this term, but fake news. I mean, it's fake news. And lumping it in with probably the most watched AFC Championship in years, and considering NFL ratings have been dipping, and the fact that they got a positive take on this one, and it was a good game, I heard. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what they're doing, and it's shameful. It's shameful that they're actually responding to people from Twitter. I thought we were not. I thought we were a small, insignificant little portion of the internet here in our little corner. That's nonsense. Star Trek is always, yeah. Okay. STD is huge in Alaska. Okay, but if there's a lie here and not many people are watching the show, how is it helping the channel? Why would they operate on a lie? If money for the subscription, if not coming in, why? Okay, why? Why would you want to lie about your numbers? Well, they're not lying. That's I'm not saying they're lying at all. That 72%, it's called spin, Rebecca. So if it's 72%, I'm sure there was a 72% increase with the associated with the show. But what specific? They said an increase on the premiere. Okay, what day? Was it an increase on Thursday, or an increase as opposed to because it premiered on a Sunday last time? So you have to associate those numbers with something. That's how it's easy to spin and lie with numbers. You have real numbers, you take them and you represent them in a truthful manner, but leaving out a lot of information. Basically, when Savick accused Spock of lying, I did not lie. I believe he said I exaggerated. And this isn't even an exaggeration. It's just an association of a number with that's completely vague. So it's pretty easy to see through, and it's shill media. You're right, Dan M. And it's shameful because I respect Deadline. Deadline's a pretty good source. That although Deadline has not reported once on the tardigrades lawsuit, which it has reported on a lot of plagiarism lawsuits, a lot that were frivolous compared to the tardigrades lawsuit. And the tardigrades lawsuit is not frivolous. It's anything but frivolous. And please look forward to an Anas Abdeen interview coming on this channel very soon. And please keep that in mind. And I'll link that in the description, the lawsuit reminder. It's just shameful that CBS has to stoop this level with such a great franchise like Star Trek. I am a Star Trek fan. I want Star Trek. I truly want it to be good. I do. I would take a pretty good. I would take an average Star Trek at this point. Thank you for the $5, Mr. Roboto. Between lens flares and total darkness, why no medium? Second, what is the current continuity for Star Trek? Oh, God, that would require basically like a crazy person wall, like they mentioned in the Happy trailer. I would need lots of push pins and string. And to show you what the timeline is right now. Romulus is gone in current timeline, and we don't know. I said it on my previous live stream that I do believe the Picard series is going to be based heavily on the Star Trek Countdown comic book that came out previous to the 2009 Star Trek movie. At the time the comic book was released, it was told to us by IDW that comic book was canon. I don't know if it still is. Canon can be a subjective term to some people as well. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. JPRPH1. Hail Gary, no question. Have a good one. Okay, I will. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I just wanted to, instead of getting into some dumb Twitter beef, I will speak my mind here, and you can come here and hear my response to that. 72% jump for real. That's what they said, Big Ray Bear, but we don't know to what. They said it was based on the premiere, but they premiered on different days, and they associated this with a jump on the weekend when Star Trek Discovery premiered on Thursday. Okay, so I'll repeat the sentence here. Breaking previous records set during the 2017 series premiere of Star Trek Discovery by 72%. They didn't associate it with a day. So here's a guess. 72% increase over 2 or 3 days out from the premiere. They could associate it with that. That's just, me picking one, just a simple man who used to be a comic shop owner, not, not a scientist, not a statistician, just a guy with a microphone trying to get through the weeds with these people. Are they including the 1 week free trial? Kush, I am so glad you brought that up. Thank you so much. I totally forgot to mention that. There was a 1 week free trial promotion going on. It has been apparently for a while, but it was a big deal on YouTube. There was banner ads on YouTube over the weekend. So I'm sure that includes that. I would imagine it does. And how many people dip out after that? And the most important thing is not every view and click is a positive one. Not everyone is one that stays there. How many minutes did they watch? Did they watch the whole hour? Because honestly, unless you're watching the whole hour or however long it was, then you didn't watch the whole thing. I bet you a lot of people dipped out after the first 10 minutes or after, Damien Spock came in. Astronomically, the moon was 72% full that Thursday night. That's right, Chris Persia. 72% of what? Asked DJ Bowman. And that is what I am asking too. 72% of what? They said an increase on the premiere, but not associating it with a day. And they premiered on different days. So I will repeat again, they're lumping in the Star Trek Discovery numbers in with the AFC Championship numbers. Another key sentence in this is the last sentence of the first paragraph, which said, I'll just say this here, breaking the previous record set during the 2017 series premiere of Star Trek Discovery by 72%. In addition, this weekend also set a new record for unique viewers on CBS All Access because of the football game. And that's it. So, hey, this has been a Nerdrotic special report. Honestly, this is just a recorded video that I just didn't have time to record. So, I truly am sorry if this was a kind of a quick tease stream. If you missed it, it's no big deal. Thank you all for leaving chats. I will read these when I get back from picking up Nerdrotic Jr. Please check out nerdrotic.com for our live stream schedule. We may or may not be covering Project Blue Book, depending on how good the series is, how good this episode is. And we will be back Thursday covering Star Trek Discovery live at 6:40 p.m. Pacific time. We will do a live stream and then a recorded video. And then following that, we will cleanse our palate with the Orville at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time and also a recorded video after that. Everybody, thank you so well, I got to read this one, chat. Rebecca Gold, Nerdrotic channel. I still don't understand if the show is not working and the ratings are bad. Why not cancel the show? Why exaggerate and lie about viewership? I don't get it. Rebecca Gold, their whole streaming service is relying on this show. So what they're going to do is spin everything positive as possible. We just went through this with Doctor Who. Listen, I don't blame CBS for trying to spin everything positive. They have an entire streaming network relying on this. The one thing the streaming service has going for it is the NFL. That is the one thing that's going to carry it. But the NFL is going to get wise and start their own streaming service someday. So you can't rely on that. I'm surprised they haven't done it, to be honest with you. So, I mean, they have their own channel, but that's why you do that. When you have, it's a gamble, Rebecca. They're shooting craps here. They're playing, I don't gamble, so I don't freaking know the analogies, but they're gambling here. This is an investment. They put a bunch of money. Actually, Netflix put a bunch of money into season 1, and Netflix and CBS, it is unknown, put a bunch of money into season 2. It has to work. We have already seen that they don't think it worked because they've had to course correct. And I'll also remind you before I go, Alex Kurtzman, this is his MO. Okay, go back to Amazing Spider-Man 2, something he was involved in, something he was in charge of. All we got was announcements of a Sinister Six and this side storyline and this side storyline. And then it tanked and he left. Then we had the Dark Universe. He started out with The Mummy that he directed and wrote. And they talked about they set up a shared universe, and they talked about all the, Dr. Jekyll and Invisible Man, or whatever. They were going to do the Universal Monsters. Then they canned it. Then it was trashed. This is everything. Star Trek, the Kelvin timeline, same thing. We're going to do all this stuff, and now it's trash. Kurtzman comes in. He makes money but then he leaves it with basically a vacuum when in his wake. He leaves total destruction in his wake when he leaves. So he has a modus operandi, and we are full on in it right now. Same thing. He comes into Star Trek, announces a bunch of spinoff, puts them in development. Something takes, it all goes away. So why do you ask again? I will end it on this because they have to. They need it to work. I think I'm not going to say Star Trek is going to get destroyed. My belief is they bring in Van Sitters, and maybe he rights the ship, and that would be great. Then we all win. Then we have good Star Trek, and we could just plain ass enjoy it from here on out. But as long as Kurtzman and Akiva Goldsman are involved in this property, I have my doubts. Everybody, you have a great day. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness.